Hi friends, this is Selvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about not so stub area. So not so stub area will allow the type 1 and type 2 LSA. It always allow the type 1 and type 2 LSA, but it will block the type 4 and type 5 LSA, right? So it will block the type 4 and type 5 LSA. So in case if ASBR is R3 I configured as a ASBR, Autonomous System Boundary Router. So if the ASBR exists within this NSSA, so this will generate a special type of LSA, what we called as a type 7 LSA. So it allow type 1, type 2, but it will block the type 4 and the type 5 LSA. So type 5 LSA is generated by an external route and type 4 is a summary LSA. So now let us go to the configuration R1, R2 and R3. Let us quickly configure the routing protocol OSPF. Then let us configure the not so stubby area. So now let us go to R1, go to the configuration mode, router OSPF 100. So let us enable the routing protocol, right? So 192.168.1.0 followed by the wildcard mask, then the area it resides, area 0. Similar way, go to R2. R2 is an area border router which is interconnecting two different areas, area 0 and area 1. So R2 generated type 3 LSA, right? That is a summary LSA. So this NSSA allow type 1 and type 2 and summary LSA, but it will block the type 4 and type 5 LSA, right? So let us now configure the R2, that is an ABR. Go to router OSPF 100. So now let us configure network 192.168.1.0, 0.0.0.255, area 0. Similar way, let us configure the area 1, that is to 192.168.2.0. This is configured in area 1. Similar way, let us go to R3 and let us configure the area 1. Go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100 and the network is 192.168.2.0, right? 2.0 followed by the wildcard mask, and let us configure this as area 1. That is I'm going to configure as a not so stubby area. So not so stubby area will share the type 1 and type 2 LSA. Type 1 is always generated by the router. Each and every router defined LSA, router LSA, and type 2 is generated by the DR in a multi-access network, right? So that is a type 2 LSA. So if it is, there are three networks or three individual routers. So one router with the highest IP address or the highest priority elected as a DR. So the DR generator type 2 LSA and type 3 LSA always generated by an ABR. So here R2 is an ABR which has multiple interfaces, right? So always ABR performs the inter-area summarization. So always ABR pushes the type 3 LSA. So this NSSA allow type 1, type 2 LSA and the type 3 LSA, but it will block the type 4 and the type 5 LSA. So type 5 LSA is nothing but the LSA from an outside, from an external network. That is a type 5 LSA. So now let us see the configuration. So I already configured it, right? So now let us check the neighbor relationship. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So it's already established a neighbor relationship. Let us see for R2. This is also already established a neighbor relationship. Similarly, R1 show IP OSPF neighbor. Yeah. So now what we can do, let us check the routing table. Show IP route OSPF. So it is containing only the inter-area route. It is already allowing the summary LSA. It contains only the inter-area route. That's the routes from other OSPF routes from other OSPF areas, right? So now what we can do, let us, before configuring the not so stubby area, let us check the OSPF database. Show IP OSPF database. So now let us redistribute the network, right? This is an ASBR. Let us redistribute the connected networks. So router OSPF 100 and the connected network is 3.3.3. That's the loopback address. So that I'm considered as the external route. Since R3 is an ASBR, it is redistributing the external route. So now let us check the OSPF database. See, you are able to see the external route, right? That is a type 5 LSA. That is the reason I told this type 5 is always the external route which is advertised by an ASBR. It is showing us 3.3.3, right? This is a type 5 external LSA, and summary netlink LSA is nothing but a type 3 LSA. This is a type 3 LSA which is generated by R2, right? That is a type 3 LSA. And similarly, type 1 is a router LSA and type 2 is a netlink LSA. That is a LSA generated by DR. So here the DR is 2.2. This is a DR. So this is generated by the type 2 LSA, what we called as a netlink LSA, and summary is a type 3 LSA. So now let us go and configure this area as a not so stubby area. Go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100 area 1 NSSA. Similar way, go to R2 and configure it. Go to the configuration mode, router OSPF 100, and let us configure this as a not so stubby area. After configuration, let us see what happened. So now let us see the show IP OSPF database. See, now it is generating. Previously, we were able to see only the type 5 LSA. So after configuring this NSSA ASBR, this is a ASBR. So this we call it as a NSSA ASBR. After configuring this as a NSSA ASBR, it is generating a special type of LSA, what we called as a type 7 LSA. This is a type 7 LSA, that is a special type of LSA after configuring the NSSA, right? So this generated special type 7 LSA. Let us check the show IP routing table OSPF. So as already told, it allows the type 1 LSA that is within the area and also allow the type 2 LSA. So it is showing the routing table, other inter-area route. That is the thing I told. It allow the type 3 summary LSA. That is a LSA from, that is a route from other OSPF area. So that is generated as a OIA. I already told OIA is a inter-area route. So it is allowing the inter-area route or a summary LSA, right? So but if ASBR exists within the NSSA, this will generate a type 7 LSA. That's the thing you are seeing here. This is generating a type 7 LSA. So that is the purpose of not so stubby area. But when this type 7 LSA is comes to this R2 ABR, this ABR will convert the type 7 LSA as a type 5 LSA. Let us see here. Show IP OSPF database. We will see it as a type 5 LSA. So you're able to see, right, router LSA, and you're able to see. Once it comes to ABR, this 3.3 will be converted as a type 5 external LSA. So these are things, your key points you have to remember about NSSA. It allows type 1, type 2 and the summary LSA, but it will block totally the type 4 and the type 5 LSA. But the exception is if the ASBR exists within the NSA, it will generate a type 7 LSA. When it comes to ABR, this type 7 will be converted into a type 5 LSA. So another thing is missing. What is the default route is missing, right? So we are able to see the inter area route, but we are not able to see the default route. So how we can generate this? In case of not so stubby area, I have to manually push the default route from ABR. So always ABR pushes the default route. So now let us go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100 area 1 NSSA default information originates. So this what it does, it will generate a default route and it will push us into the NSSA region. So now let us see the default route. So now let us see the show IP route OSPF. So now you are able to see O star N2. This is nothing but an external route. This is a default route I already configured. This is done by ABR. ABR pushes this default route into a NSSA. So the NSSA allows the inter-area route, that is a type 3 LSA, type 1, type 2 LSA, and this default route is nothing but O star N2. This is a NSSA default route, right? So this is how you have to understand about NSSA. I hope you understood. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.